Let's dive right into this explainer because today we're tackling a massive, incredibly frustrating paradox in modern finance. It's that feeling of making good money, hitting those salary milestones you've literally dreamed about, but somehow still feeling completely broke. You look at your paycheck, you check your bank account, and the math just doesn't add up. So today, based on our source material, we're going to break down this crossroads. We'll look at the illusion of wealth that's constantly sold to us and contrast it with the actual mechanics of building true, lasting financial freedom.
So, why do you feel poor even when, objectively, you're not? It's the million-dollar question, right? Well, before we even touch the math or the budgets, we absolutely have to look at the psychology here. The reality is, we are constantly bombarded by displays of wealth that are entirely fabricated. We live in an era where everyone's personal highlight reel is broadcast in high definition straight to our phones 24/7. And let's be honest, your brain just isn't wired to process that level of constant comparison, especially when the lifestyles you're comparing yourself to are often built on a fragile house of cards or, a mountain of maxed out credit cards.
To fix this, we're going to methodically untangle this mess. Here's the agenda. First, we'll cover the illusion of wealth. Second, your financial foundation. Third, strategies for building wealth. And fourth, redefining the end goal.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the illusion of wealth.
And honestly, this quote brilliantly illustrates the trap. We've all seen it, right? The pristine infinity pool, the five-star dinners, the luxury flights. It's the vacation everyone posts, but nobody can actually afford. Because what that picture-perfect lifestyle doesn't show you is the invisible, crushing debt financing the whole shebang. You see the smile, sure, but you don't see the minimum monthly credit card payment that drops 30 days later. Essentially, we're comparing our everyday, behind-the-scenes reality to someone else's heavily financed movie premiere.
The crucial takeaway here is that true financial security has absolutely nothing to do with looking rich online. Real wealth is built quietly in the shadows. It's the result of making smart, boring, binary choices when absolutely nobody is watching. It's driving that older car for 3 more years, skipping the trendy aesthetic coffee shop, and routing that money into an account that no one else can even see. It's radically accepting that looking wealthy and actually being wealthy are very often two completely opposite things.
Which brings us right to Section 2, your financial foundation.
Now, there is an absolute, non-negotiable order of operations here. Step 1, fully fund your emergency fund. Step 2, open and fund your investment account. When you're weighing an emergency fund against an investment account, the sequence is literally everything. Why? Because cash provides the safety net you need before exposing a single dime to market risk. Think about it. If you skip step 1 and jump straight into investing, the second your car breaks down or your roof springs a leak, you'll be forced to sell your investments, probably at a loss, just to survive. Your cash reserve is the fortress that protects your investments from the unpredictable chaos of everyday life.
So if cash is king and keeps you out of debt, let's look at a great debate: cash versus credit card. Why on earth do the most financially successful people use credit cards for practically everything? How does that actually save them money?
Well, it all hinges on this massive 0% right here. Look, credit cards are incredibly powerful tools. They give you robust fraud protection that debit cards just don't have, and they offer targeted cashback or travel rewards that can literally put thousands of dollars back into your pocket over a year. But, and this is a huge but, it mathematically only works if you carry a 0% balance into the next month. The second you pay even a dime in credit card interest, all those fancy rewards and perks are instantly wiped out. A credit card is basically a buzzsaw. It can help you build a house incredibly fast, or it can cut your arm off. That 0% balance is your safety guard.
Let's move on to Section 3, strategies for building wealth. Comparing these two strategies, we see frugality on one side and investing on the other. Now, frugality is absolutely essential, but it has a really harsh mathematical limit. You can only cut your expenses down to a certain point, right? You still have to eat, you still need a roof over your head, the savings ceiling is completely finite. But investing? The compound growth from investing has absolutely no mathematical ceiling. Your money makes money, and then that new money goes out and works hard to make even more money. Frugality keeps you safe, for sure, but investing is what actually makes you wealthy.
Now, once you do decide to invest, you immediately hit a major crossroads: diversification versus concentration. Do you spread your risk out across thousands of different companies, or do you concentrate it, putting all your eggs in 1 or 2 baskets to chase massive overnight gains?
Well, a diversified portfolio looks like this. You allocate different pieces of the pie to U.S. stocks, international stocks, bonds, and real estate. Spreading your capital out like this just provides a much smoother, safer ride to long-term wealth. It basically ensures that if one market sector takes a massive hit, say a crash in a specific tech sector, it doesn't wipe out your entire life savings. You're insulated.
But on the flip side, you can totally see the allure of concentration. It offers these massive, exciting spikes in returns when you happen to pick a winning stock. But check out those devastating red bars plunging downward. Those severe drops make it incredibly risky for the average investor. Concentration might be how you get rich quickly, but it's also exactly how you go broke overnight. For anyone looking for actual, true financial freedom, the steady climb of a diversified index wins the long game every single time.
And that brings us to the question of who is actually managing that diversified portfolio for you. When you're deciding between a traditional financial advisor and self-investing, you really have to look at the fees. While an advisor gives you professional guidance, they typically charge a percentage of your total portfolio every single year. Avoiding those high management fees by using DIY index funds often leaves a staggering amount of money in your own pocket over a 20 or 30-year run. And honestly, thanks to modern brokerage apps, managing your own broad market index funds is literally easier than it's ever been in human history.
Finally, let's pull it all together in Section 4, Redefining the End Goal.
Because what is the point of all this? The saving, the investing, the ignoring social media hype. It all leads right here, financial independence. This means generating enough passive income from your investments to completely cover your baseline living expenses. A lot of people confuse escaping the rat race with never working another day in their life. But financial independence is simply about buying back your most valuable non-renewable asset, which is your time. It gives you the ultimate leverage to choose if, when, and exactly how you want to work.
And this distinction is absolutely crucial. Financial independence focuses on freedom and options, while early retirement focuses on permanently stopping work. You do not have to quit your job and sit on a beach for the rest of your life to be free. A lot of financially independent people still work full-time simply because they love their careers, or they want to start new businesses, or they volunteer. The difference is that the underlying panic is gone. You just have the financial security to wake up in the morning and engage with the world strictly on your own terms.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you building wealth to buy your ultimate freedom? Or are you just trying to afford the vacation everyone else is posting online? Look, every single dollar you earn is like an employee, and you are the boss. You can either assign those dollars to buy you fleeting social status, or you can assign them to buy back your future. Are your financial choices serving your future freedom, or just feeding your social media feed? The choice is entirely up to you. Keep learning, keep building, and we'll see you in the next explainer.